Once again, I welcome to this Sunday Dhamma program. Now it is time to discuss, to listen Dhamma on a sutra. After meditating, it is very useful to listen Dharma, and with this calm mind, when mind becomes calm, it becomes very easy to grasp, to understand the teachings of the Buddha. So today we will be talking on a sutra called Pathama Papanika Sutta. So this sutta regarding a shopkeeper. Normally the Buddha takes example from the living style of the people during the time of the Buddha. Whenever he preached Dhamma to the lay people or to the monks, to the nuns, he take an example from a living style of those people, those who are living in that area, in that country or in that territory. He takes that example and he used that example to tell, to make his teaching known to the monks, to the nuns, to the ladies, upasakas, lay upasakas. So here in this sutta, the Lord Buddha is talking about a shopkeeper. He says in this sutta, monks, a shopkeeper has these three qualities, three factors, which makes him unable to acquire wealth, and whatever wealth he has acquired, it makes him unable to increase his wealth. So these qualities are, Buddha says, the very first quality, the very first factor which makes him to unable to gain whatever he has not yet gained, and whatever he has gained, he is not able to increase the wealth. So among these three qualities, the Buddha says here the very first quality, the three qualities, he says three qualities, that is, a shopkeeper who is not attending his duties, his responsibilities in the morning. If a shopkeeper is not attending his duty in the morning, then he is unable to gain, to acquire wealth which is not yet acquired by him, and it makes him unable to increase the wealth whatever he has yet. Whatever wealth he acquired, he cannot increase his wealth. Then the Buddha says, second quality, that is, if a shopkeeper is not attending his duty in the afternoon, which makes him unable to acquire wealth which is not yet acquired, and to increase wealth whatever he has now. And the third factor, he said that in the evening he is not attending his duty, which makes him unable to acquire wealth, which is not yet acquired, which is not yet gained. And whatever wealth he gained, he cannot increase them. These are the three qualities. Then the Buddha said, he related these three qualities to the monks. I think the monks were there in the presence of the Buddha, and Buddha is advising to the monks regarding meditation. By taking this example of a shopkeeper, the Buddha tried to explain to the monks regarding the responsibilities of the monks, duty of the monk. He said, similarly, monks, a monk who has these three qualities is unable to acquire the wholesome state of the mind and to increase the wholesome state of the mind, which is not yet, the wholesome state of the mind which is already acquired, which is already gained. He said, if a monk does not attain an object, does not take an object of meditation in the morning, he cannot attain, he cannot gain wholesome state of the mind which is not yet gained. And he cannot increase the wholesome state of the mind which is he already gained. Then similarly, he proceeded ahead and he explained that if a monk does not take an object of meditation in the afternoon, he will not acquire, which is, he will not gain the wholesome states of the mind which is not yet gained, which is not yet acquired. And he cannot increase the wholesome states of the mind which is he already gained. Similarly, he explained, if a monk does not take an object of meditation in the evening, he will not gain mental states which he has not yet gained, and he cannot increase those wholesome states of the mind which he has already gained. So he took the example of a shopkeeper. If a shopkeeper or a businessman does not attend his duty, his work on the time, if he does not attend his work in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, then he will not gain his wealth which is not yet he gained, and he also cannot increase his wealth whatever he has gained. Similarly, when a monk is not practicing meditation, is not taking an object of meditation in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, then he will not be able to attain to gain the wholesome states of the mind which is not yet he gained. And he is unable to increase the wholesome states which he has already gained. Then the Buddha speaks further. He said that there are three qualities, three factors which makes a shopkeeper to be able to attain to gain wealth which is not yet he gained, and which makes him to increase his wealth which he has already. He said these three factors. He said, if a shopkeeper attends his work in the morning, then he can gain the wealth which is not yet he gained, and he can increase his wealth whatever he has right now. If he attends his duties in the morning, if he attends his duty, his work in afternoon, if he attends his work in the evening, then he can gain the wealth which he has not yet gained, and he can also increase the wealth which he has already. Similarly, monks, there are three factors. If a monk has these three factors, then he can develop, he can gain the wholesome state of the mind which is not yet attained, which is not yet gained. And he can also he can also increase the wholesome state of the mind which he has already. If a monk takes an object of meditation in the morning, takes an object of meditation in the afternoon, takes an object of meditation in the evening, then this monk is able to gain the wholesome states of the mind which is not yet gained, and he can also increase his mental states which he has already. So wholesome state means mental wholesome states means here, like whenever a monk practice meditation, they can have many wholesome state. Wholesome state means beautiful mental states. Like normally we have anger, we have jealousy, we have hesitations, confusion. So these are ugly mental states. And there are beautiful mental states like rapture of the mind, tranquility of the mind, calmness of the mind, loving kindness, compassion, rejoicing. And when the Buddha talking about samadhi, then when we talk more precisely, then tranquility of the mind, calmness of the mind, peacefulness of the mind, happiness of the mind. These can be take as wholesome states of the mind. So here samadhi means meditation. When you are taking an object of meditation like observing incoming and outgoing breath, then what happens? Mind become calm. There are many subject of meditation. If you take any subject of meditation, any object of meditation, then surely it will lead you to the calmness, balance, equanimity. So these are the states of wholesome states of the mind. Like when you develop samadhi meditation, then what will happen? Like during metta bhavana or anapanasati, take anapanasati, observing incoming and outgoing breath. When you are observing the breath, the body become calm, and your mind will become also calm. Breath become calm. When breath becomes calm, then body and mind both becomes calm. And further, like if you are practicing sincerely, then our breath becomes very smooth, very soft. Sometimes it is like very effortless breath. In the beginning, we have to focus our breath with the effort. We bring our mind again and again from other objects, because mind roams here and there. Mind keep on thinking regarding what happened in the past, regarding in the future, whatever you have planned for the future. So we bring our mind to the breath. We train our mind to the breath. We focus our mind to the breath. When we train like this our mind, then mind stays there. When mind stays there for some more time, continuously, without going here and there, then our breath becomes soft and effortless. Now in the beginning, we have to change our rhythm of the breath, sometime fast, sometime slow, sometime long, because many people cannot observe the breath. That's why we instruct to make your breath long, to make your breath slow. When your mind keep on a single object, only remain focused on breath, then our breath becomes soft and effortless. Then both body and mind become calm and relax. Then what will happen? Then you can see you can experience some kind of happiness in the mind, some kind of happiness in the body. Similarly, when you practice loving kindness, at the end of the meditation session we have practiced loving kindness, Maitri. So when you generate thoughts of Maitri means promoting well-beings of the yourself, your oneself, and promoting well-being of other beings. Then we come to experience that body become light, very light, and mind also become very light and very straightforward, and mind become like very flexible. It will not be restricted only on one point. It become very straightforward. Mind becomes so flexible, very light, very relaxed, and there will be no kopa, anger in the mind. So when we promote a well-being of oneself, well-being of other, then both body and mind become so peaceful. It feels like whole body is open now, very relaxed, very relaxed. Whenever you see, whenever you look at any human being, any being, you will be looking at them very peacefully. You will be giving something to them. You will be giving them this loving kindness. And then whenever you give loving kindness, you feel light, you feel relaxed, you feel flexible. Your mind will be more flexible. There will be no kopa in the mind, no anger in the mind during the meditation and also after the meditation. Whenever we experience like this in the Maitri meditation or during the meditation, then having experienced this, whenever you remember this experience, then you will have similar experience like peaceful body, peaceful mind, happy body, flexible mind, flexible body, light mind, light body. Same thing you can experience whenever you reflect on Maitri, whenever you remember your meditation. Of course, you should not delay your Maitri meditation. Like you have practiced this Maitri meditation right now and you are experiencing this quality, these wholesome states of the mind right now. And now you have stopped your meditation, you are walking here and there and you stop at certain point in a certain position, then you just remember all those wholesome states of the mind, then you can actually experience those wholesome states of the mind. Then mind becomes so sharp. He can recognize what mind has to decide. Mind can decide what is wholesome, what is unwholesome, and what he has to promote, what he has to develop, and what it has to renounce, give up. Then mind becomes so flexible. He can understand what is right, what is wrong. Then it develops pragya, wisdom, because these are the wholesome qualities which is acquired through the samadhi. Now it will strengthen to the wisdom faculty, to the wisdom. When it strengthens to the wisdom, then it will be very easy for the mind to decide in which it has to involve, and what mental object it has to renounce, it has to give up. Mind, wisdom faculty will understand it very carefully, and very precisely also. In this way, mind become flexible here and also very light, because there is no kopa, there is no anger in the mind. There is only calmness, there is only peacefulness. Okay? So these are the wholesome states of the mind which can be gained through the meditation object, by taking meditation object in the morning, by taking meditation object in the afternoon, by taking meditation object in the evening. Then a monk can acquire what has not yet acquired by him, and he can also increase whatever he has gained. He can increase them, those those mental states. It is similar to the shopkeeper who attends his work very carefully in the morning, who attends his work very carefully in the afternoon, who attends his work very carefully in the evening, then he can acquire the wealth which is not yet acquired by him. He can also increase the wealth which he has already gained. He can increase it. He can increase it if he attends his work very carefully in the morning, very carefully in the afternoon, very carefully in the evening. So this is the example which is given by the Buddha to the monks for their development, to develop the wholesome qualities of the mind, which wholesome qualities yet not developed. And whatever mental qualities the monks has developed, they can increase if they attend, if they takes an object of meditation in the morning, an object of meditation in the afternoon, an object of meditation in the evening. Then they can develop the wholesome qualities of the mind which are not yet developed. And whatever wholesome qualities they have already developed, they can increase them. They are able to increase them. So this is the sutta regarding a shopkeeper. By taking this example of a shopkeeper, Buddha taught this sutra to the monks. And this is applicable for all the laities also. It is not restricted only to the monks or to the nuns. Who is interested in practicing meditation, they can also find this as very useful advice by the Buddha. What happens these days, like people attend meditation retreats, but they forget to continue the practice of meditation. And then when they have lose the practice, then they become like normal. Normal means here they lost all the wholesome states of the mind. They cannot increase them. And whatever wholesome states of the mind they are having right now, they cannot increase them. Like they have very good khanti, they can sit for a long time. It is a very good wholesome state of the mind. Khanti, to bear, to be, to bear the pain, to bear the weight of the body, It is also very good quality of the mind, beautiful quality of the mind. Or to tolerate abusives, to abuse of the people, and like unpleasant sound, unpleasant object, all this they can tolerate. But yet, at certain point, they cannot increase it. At some point, like when we practice Maitri for some time, occasionally in the evening if we practice, if we are not practice it in the morning, in the afternoon, then what will happen? We will be busy in other responsibilities, in other duties. Then we have very good quality of practicing Maitri in the evening. As soon as the evening arrives, you can generate thoughts of Maitri very easily. Then, in the morning, you will lose it. Because you are involving in some other responsibilities, in some other duties, but you are not taking an object of Maitri meditation in the morning, in the afternoon, then it will become so difficult for us. It become difficult for us to increase our loving kindness further. Similarly, like any other meditation subject, when we practice, then it will happen same. Like if you are taking 4-element meditation, you are penetrating, you are observing, you are contemplating on earth in the body, water in the body, fire in the body, and wind in the body, like the qualities of these 4 elements in the body. You are trying to see these four qualities of these elements in the body. Like we have hardness in the body, softness in the body. We can also feel heat and cold in the body. We can also feel gas in the body, pressure in the body, pushing in the body, pulling in the body. Then we can also experience like flowing in the body, or something which keeping our body collective, or which is like sticky. Whenever we are swifting, then we can actually feel the water element. We have saliva, urine, and fat, blood. When mind become calm, you can experience all those 4 elements in the body. But if we are not taking that object in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, then whatever, like in the beginning you have experienced only earth element, in 1 hour, in an hour you experience only earth element, and you are not continuously practicing that technique in the morning, in the afternoon, then it will be very difficult for us to see other element, like earth element, like fire element or wind element or water element. It will be very difficult for us to see other element. We will be there only on earth element. If we are not able to see all 4 elements in this body, then we will not be able to practice vipassana also. Vipassana meditation on this 4 element. When we see these 4 elements very clearly, then we will be able to experience subatoms in the body. Then we see, yes, whatever hardness in the body, softness in the body, whatever there in the body is arising and passing away. So when we see like this, then our wisdom faculty, our wisdom will increase. When we see that this body is impermanent, it is in a collective form of these subatoms. The atoms arises and passes away. It means the body is impermanent. The body is not in my control. I cannot make all those all those subatoms to remain unchanged. It is impossible. So that is why this body is anatma, is not in my control. And because it is changeable, because it is not in my control, that is why it is suffering. When we experience these 3, anicca, anatta, dukkha, then our wisdom faculty will increase. Then we can increase some more wholesome qualities, like wisdom, like some more wisdom, like knowing anicca, knowing anatta, non-self, knowing suffering, knowing the nature of this body, which is anicca, impermanent, knowing the nature of both body and mind as impermanent, knowing the nature of body and mind, non-self, knowing that whatever is impermanent, whatever is not in our control is suffering. When we experience these three, then we are cultivating, we are developing, we are increasing our wisdom. Wisdom, which is wholesome state of the mind. And then some more wholesome states of the mind. When we see like this, then we will also experience rapture in the mind, piti in the mind, tranquility in the mind, sukha, happiness in the mind, in the body, gladness in the body. All these are the wholesome states. Let them be anyone, lay people, monks or nuns, who are taking an object of meditation in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, then they will be able to develop the wholesome states of the mind which they have not yet developed. And whatever the wholesome states they have already developed, then they are able to increase them, to develop them more and more. So this sutta is all about this, and with this short talk, I conclude here by wishing you very good health and happiness, peacefulness. May you all grow in the Dhamma. May you all be free from dangers and accidents. May all your family members be happy and peaceful. May all your family members be freed from dangers and accidents. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada suthi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada suthi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada suthi bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See you next Sunday.